You say you stated that you don't think it's going to get better, right?
No.
What about the fact that we stated earlier that energy is powerful and energy has the ability to shift people and make changes in people's hearts, minds, souls, and move the culture and move society in a certain direction. So, wouldn't it be feasible to think that if energy and the culture and the current events of the world led us here in the first place, as well as the development of things like the internet, the advancement of social media, and the like, wouldn't it be the same? Wouldn't it be feasible to think that energy and those same things could shift us to a betterment of society or a betterment of our how we cope with social media, how we handle each other on social media, how we assess certain situations as men or women, how we view the other party.
People are given away to a reprobate mind after a certain point. There's a there is a point of no return with anything. We have passed that threshold
You
of the
think so?
point of no return.
You think
And
so?
and and in order for people to be able to channel an energy to bring us back out of it, first they would have to, one, believe it, then they would have to, two, channel it. They don't even believe in the energy in order to even channel it to bring us out of it. There are others outside of the society who could bring that energy back in. The current people who dwell within the society are so blinded, I don't believe that they can pull themselves out of it. I just really don't. It just falls on deaf ears. And the music, the culture, and everything else that helps to magnify it doesn't do any better. It's like anything else. If you're sick, if you have cancer, and the doctor tells you have cancer, and you tell the doctor you don't, what can he do? Because you don't have cancer in your mind. No matter what he says to you, you don't have cancer. But the cancer, being the outlier, it doesn't matter whether you believe it or not. The cancer is going to kill you. And the same thing can be said about this society. We don't believe we have cancer. We don't believe that there's anything wrong. But the outsiders will come in and tear this motherfucker up
So it
and flip it on his
seems
head.
so it seems like you have that stance because there needs to be some sort of admittance of a problem
Right.
by society, and because of the lack thereof, that's why your perspective is we will not progress forward.
No.
I
Now, I'm
so
going to progress forward regardless. I'm going to put that out there.
period. I think if we are talking about where we currently are today, I think that yes, that is an accurate depiction of where we currently stand. However, I would like to think, and this may be a stretch, but I would like to think that people are better. And I would like to think that people can learn from their mistakes because we're all human and we all make them, and that eventually the majority, hopefully, the majority of society will wake up and realize how badly we've poisoned ourselves and our future generations by handling ourselves on social media the way that we do. Such as, but not limited to, cancel culture, which is a whole nother topic that I won't dive into. We'll have to make a separate episode for that in general, because that is a fascinating phenomenon that I really don't know why people are so fascinated with it. But cancel culture is a poison. It does nothing to progress us forward at all. All it does is divide us further. And we need to learn how to be more forgiving to one another for mistakes that we make, especially as Black people, because we, for centuries, have been under the thumb of so many people, and we are all we have. We have to lift one another up as brothers and sisters, kings and queens. We can't be hitting each other across the head and saying, so and so said this, time to cancel them. Oh, she said something I don't agree with, time to cancel her.
Right.
Well, he said some that I definitely don't resonate with, so he's canceled. Like, people are people. The heart of man is sinful. Doesn't matter how good of a person you think you are, how good of a person you believe that you are, you feel that your sister is, your mama is. The heart of man is evil, wicked, and sinful. Period. Point blank. It's in the Bible. Knowing that there is hope for redemption, not only through Christ, but in knowing that we all make mistakes and we learn from them. And we are not bound to our mistakes forever. And social media forces us almost to relive the same mistake over and over and over and over again. And I feel like if we can find a way to break that cycle of trying to make and force people to look at their reflection of their past mistakes in a broken mirror constantly, maybe, just maybe, we could start a very small inching towards getting out of this mess and starting to spread more positive energy, because a lot of the energy is negative and positive energy is lacking because there is not only a lack of responsibility, as you were touching on, from people admitting that there's a problem, but there's also a lack of mercy and compassion and forgiveness, and people not allowing people to be human and treating artists who are top tier and celebrities and influential figures like they're just frivolous things, that they're just entities. They don't have feelings. They're just people that you see on your smartphone. And we can't continue to be that way. People are people. Doesn't matter how much money they have, doesn't matter how much power, how much fame. People are people. And just like us, normal people, everyone makes mistakes, and we have to learn how to forgive one another and connect on another level that isn't going to divide us.
The Grecians fell. The Romans fell. They had very similar societies. That was the energy that they put out. It didn't work. Our society is a mirror of those societies. We didn't learn our lesson. So if we didn't learn our lesson, it's going to happen again. Wars happen because people are individualistic, tribal. No one wants to hear the other side, yet they continue to happen. People don't learn their lessons. They just keep repeating them over and over and over and over again. And the people who have the words of wisdom to prevent that from happening are treated as outcasts and fools.
Yep.
So, do I think this society is going to turn around? Unfortunately, no. Something else is going to sprout behind it. But this society is over. So we're just going to have to just ride it out and see what happens. And hopefully we're on the better end of that.
I have hope. I think I'm putting my faith in the fact that men and women can change, and that people are not linear. Human beings are very complex, and history repeats itself, yes, but I can only hope that our society will eventually wake up and see the damage that's been done, and that there's more people like you and I who are trying to spread positive energy for not only the sake of our own mental health and well-being, but for the sake of our children and for the sake of their children's children and generations to come. Because one thing is for sure, we can't continue like this. So something has to change. And I can only hope that it will be a positive change and not a black hole of doom and destruction.